A murder suspect in Clovis has been released pending trial after it was revealed a now former police officer is accused of encouraging her to commit other crimes. According to court documents, Alexandria Romero told detectives that early last year, a Clovis police officer gave her information and drugs. She identified the now former officer as Frank Carreri. Romero claims Carreri ran license plates for her and knew she stole several items from a home. Romero's murder charge is related to an incident several months after she talked to detectives about Carreri. The department says he resigned during the investigation. Clovis police have issued a warrant for Carreri, who is facing several felony charges. Well, we begin tonight with an update to the scandal that has rocked APD's DWI unit. The department has fired one of its commanders following an internal investigation.
We also learned today that another officer has resigned. It was revealed earlier this year that officers in the unit took cash to get DWI cases dropped. The department terminated former Commander Mark Landavaso for violating APD policies. 10 of Landavaso's DWI cases connected to attorney Thomas Clear's office were dismissed. Officer Neil Ellsman resigned from his post. He was the 10th member of the DWI force we've learned is under investigation. 10 of his cases connected to attorney Thomas Clear's office were also dismissed.
Ellsman had been on military leave and resigned yesterday when he returned. The district attorney's office says so far they've been forced to dismiss 211 pending cases connected to the officers implicated in the scheme. A separate federal investigation into the unit is ongoing, but no one has been charged.
Good morning and welcome to the Bad Apple Report. It's 7:30 a.m. bright and early right here at home on the range. Thank you so much for being here today, folks. We've got some bad apples for you. This first one here, well, he's a famous bad apple. He won awards for being, the guy that could catch the most DUI guys from those MADD ladies. Those ladies that are mad against drunk drivers, mad at drunk drivers. And look at this guy. Okay, an officer who had recently been awarded for his work in DUI prevention was arrested for driving under the influence. I bet if they dug a little deeper, they'd look at that award, they'd be all chipped off on the top where he's been using it to crack open bottles of beer. Just kidding. According to a traffic citation, Officer Zachary Hyde of the Tempe Police, Arizona, received a DUI citation on Wednesday. Records show Hyde was going 10 miles per hour over the posted 35-mile-per-hour speed limit. He thought he could get away with it. The Arizona Department of Public Safety confirmed the officer's arrest. The Tempe Police Department said Hyde was off duty and is now on an administrative leave prior to a pending investigation. Oh, threw it all away. Okay, Hyde was awarded a Hero Award by MADD Mothers Against Drunk Driving for his hard work and diligence to ensure the safety of our streets. I wish they would give him a call. I would like to know what the head mom has to say specifically to this knucklehead, because I bet they gave him money too. I don't know, allegedly. He probably wins some kind of financial something. I don't know. According to the Facebook post from the Tempe Police Department, okay, well, look at that guy and his slick hair. He's all cool, man. All right, well, he went out and allegedly got behind the wheel, and now he's not famous for being the DUI guy anymore, except for, it's a little bit different now. Semantics.
News assignment editor Mike Rogers back at the desk now. Mike, what happened here?
Yeah, Juan and Susie, we've been tracking this crash since about 11 o'clock when it happened last night. We learned overnight hours that it was a fatality. Today, we were learning that the person that was killed was a sheriff's sergeant. He worked for the Homicide Bureau. We'll show you the scene here from last night. This is where Jason Vigor, 43 years old, died at the scene. He was off duty at the time, driving that classic car there, when for whatever reason, according to a witness, maybe lost control, hit a curb, and ultimately was killed. And another person in the car, a woman, was also seriously injured. She was taken to the hospital. Now, today, the Sheriff's Department releasing his information saying he joined the department in 2008, worked at the North County Correctional Facility, Palmdale Station, Lancaster Station, Narcotics Bureau, and most recently had joined Homicide Bureau, where he was a sergeant. They say he was recognized by the department for commendations for working that Skirball fire off the 405, and said he was integral in taking guns off the streets. I want to show you an additional statement here from the Sheriff's Department saying, quote, Sergeant Jason Vigor was passionate and loved being a deputy sheriff, and his untimely passing has profoundly impacted our department. He will be greatly missed within the LASD family, and his unwavering dedication to protecting and serving our community will leave a lasting legacy. And again, that's from Sheriff Robert Luna of the LA County Sheriff's Department. Tonight, the exact cause of the crash is unclear. We do know, though, from the fire department and from sheriff's investigators that that car was the only one involved in the collision. Guys.
All right, Mike, thank you so much.
All right, what do we have here? Florida Keys deputy arrested on 19 felony charges. You know, I remember being 19 and being in the Florida Keys. I played at the Tiki Bar. It was so much fun. Okay, enough about me. Okay, this is fun. Marathon, Florida. Right there it was in Marathon, the Tiki Bar, Isla Morada. Okay, a Florida Keys sheriff's deputy was arrested by her employer on more than a dozen computer crime charges Wednesday, officials said. Monroe County Sheriff's Office Deputy Jennifer Ann Ketchum, aged 40, she's 40, and she faces 19 felony counts of misuse of law enforcement computers, computer networks, and electronic devices, MCSO spokesperson Adam Lenhart said in a brief news release. Okay, our news statement. Ketchum used law enforcement databases to look up information for personal reasons. Ooh, let's get personal. Beyond the legal scope of her employment. As a deputy, authorities didn't initially elaborate on the specific nature of the allegations. However, the local 10 News obtained an arrest warrant, and this is where it gets juicy, y'all, stating that the case stems from Ketchum's intimate relationship with a 19-year-old drug dealer. Whoa! Sugar mama. Okay, 40-year-old with her 19-year-old drug dealer boyfriend, allegedly. Whoa, that's crazy. Lenhart and Ketchum. Lenhart said Ketchum was hired on June 2nd, 2021. She was placed on administrative leave without pay. Ooh, it's serious. Pending an internal investigation. Her bond was set at $1.9 million. What's all this stuff with these numbers? $1.9 million. She's got 19 felonies. Her boyfriend's 19 years old. And whoa, she's probably going to get 19 years in jail, allegedly. Possibly. I'm committed to keeping this community informed of significant events that occur at this agency, good and bad. Monroe County Sheriff Rick Ramsey said Wednesday. Jail records show Ketchum of Cujo Key. Oh, that's a nice key. She was doing so well. I bet she made a lot of money, too. She was taken into custody at MCSO's Marathon Station. Oh, my goodness. She has not been assigned a jail facility as of Wednesday afternoon. What are we going to do with her? Where do we put her? I don't know. Maybe a cell without a view. All right, on with the show.
Former St. Lucie County Sheriff Ken Mascara will pay a $5,000 civil penalty and has been issued a public censure and reprimand after admitting he abused the power of his position. The board for the Florida Ethics Commission voted on the penalties late last week from a complaint by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. This all centers around an alleged ghost election Mascara was accused of helping prop up in the 2020 sheriff's race. Mascara admitted to the commission that he encouraged someone to run against him within the confines of the sheriff's office, violating the state's ethics laws. But that raises a question. Why would you ask someone to run against you in your own race? Investigators say they found a plan for the other candidate to concede to Mascara after winning the primary election. FDLE opened a criminal investigation after the 2020 race, where investigators say they found Mascara had his subordinates run his opponent's campaign, make and place signs, and create the campaign's website. Mascara was also accused of providing cash to straw donors to give to other candidates' campaign. An outside state attorney's office ultimately did not bring criminal charges against Mascara, saying, in part, there was no clear money trail that they could prove. Mascara has not taken any questions about the allegations, but in a Facebook post, he wrote in part that he did not imagine that encouraging people to enter the democratic process was unethical.
We're going to be going. Everybody ready? I'm Brian Fisher, the manager of the Media Relations Division for the Prince George's County Police Department. When a particular issue came up before us, the chief wants to bring it to your attention immediately. And so I bring you our Chief of Police, Chief Malik Aziz.
Thank you.
Prince George's County Police Department obtained 3 animal cruelty charges against an officer assigned to the K-9 section. Corporal David Acosta is charged in connection with the mistreatment of a dog assigned to him, a 2-year-old bloodhound named Daisy. On July 14, 2024, the department suspended Corporal Acosta for an unrelated incident. As part of that suspension process, 2 K-9 section handlers were ordered to retrieve Daisy and Acosta's second dog, a Belgian Malinois named Spartacus. After the dogs were picked up, the handlers observed injuries related to an e-collar on Daisy's neck. She was brought to a veterinarian for treatment. Daisy also had other medical conditions that required medical care. The Internal Affairs Division began an investigation resulting in the charges against David Acosta. This situation involving Daisy is appalling. She is a part of our PGPD family. I expect that all of our handlers treat their K-9 partners with the utmost care and concern. To the best of our knowledge, this is the first incident of an animal mistreatment in the 60-year history of the K-9 section. We have now put new policies in place with the intention of this being the first and last. This investigation is in the early stages and it will be thorough. I want to know how this occurred, but in the meantime, I'm glad to report that Daisy is doing well and back to work. Bloodhounds play a crucial role in our agency service to the community, primarily with assisting in searches for missing people. Daisy and Spartacus have been removed from Corporal Acosta's care and reassigned to 2 veteran handlers within the section. In addition, Special Operation Division commanders, they have developed and immediately implemented new policies to ensure the well-being of all our K-9s moving forward. And these things include a more comprehensive weekly visual inspections, bi-monthly in-depth inspections, and biannual kennel inspections. Corporal David Acosta joined PGPD in 2006, and he's assigned to the Special Operations Division K-9 section. One of the 3 charges against Acosta is a felony, and he will be suspended without pay. This remains an active internal investigation, and anyone who has information relevant to this investigation is urged to contact Prince George's County Police Department.
Police are mourning the loss of one of their own after a terrible crash in the early morning hours. 34-year-old Officer Demetrius Johnson killed in the line of duty. The driver of the other vehicle died on the scene as well. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. Now, while the MPD family tries to come to terms with this loss, another officer is in critical condition from that crash.
And police say the other driver who died had been shot before the crash at Mississippi Boulevard and Thomas, not too far away. WREG's Jessica Knox breaks down what we know and hears from neighbors in the area.
Law enforcement has been out here since 3 Friday morning investigating a fatal wreck involving 2 MPD officers on Danny Thomas Boulevard and Mississippi Boulevard. Investigators are working hard to determine what led up to the crash.
I keep hearing sirens, but they keep stopping every time they get right here.
According to the Memphis Police Department, it all started about a mile away, where the driver of the gray Nissan SUV had a disagreement with someone. The driver was shot, drove away from the scene, and collided with the MPD squad car. An eyewitness saw the aftermath of the crash outside her apartment.
When something happened, you usually see 5 police cars, 6. This time, it was different.
Police surrounded the scene with red crime scene tape. MPD brought in the Mobile Command Center, and the Tennessee Highway Patrol took over the investigation of the accident. You can see the airbags deployed in both vehicles, which are destroyed.
Ambulances pulled up, and it was like 5 in all, and they all had police cars following them.
Interim Police Chief C.J. Davis told us 2 officers were in the cruiser. Both of them and the driver of the SUV were rushed to Regional 1 Hospital. Hospital. Officer Demetrius Johnson and the SUV's driver died. The other officer is in critical condition.
They was all hugging this one police, and it's like he was wiping his face every time they hug him.
Too many people getting hurt and children, just too much violence.
Reporting for your news leader in Memphis, I'm Jessica Knotts, WREG News, Channel 3.
And again, police have not identified the other officer involved or the other driver who was killed. The Tennessee Highway Patrol will investigate the wreck.
Thank you guys so much for watching the Bad Apple Report with me this morning and every morning right here at home on the range. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as you know, I'm going to whip up another batch of bad apples for you. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. Have a great day, folks.